So I went and saw The Little Mermaid live action. And I went in there with my pitchfork, singing, "We're not gonna take it," because I was expecting the whole people complaining about the fact that the character used to be white in the old one, and the new one has a black girl as lead who's barely even black. She's off, so she's part of you and me. And then the movie starts, and I was expecting to be kind of like, oh, this is gonna be, here we go. And surprisingly, it wasn't bad at all. You know that whole thing about the whole racial thing? It had nothing to do with anything, actually. People should go and see the movie before they open their stupid mouth, because I saw it and I realized, oh, all her relatives, well, her sisters in the ocean are all different races. So I think this whole film is just based to be about inclusion, and inclusion aimed at children. So all the adults, I can see why you're complaining. That's mostly because you watched this as a young kid and you've grown up with Ariel being white, and then now she's in between, and I can see how that kind of rubs you wrong. But I want you to know, this film is not about you. It's about the kids. You just happen to be watching it, and you have a nostalgic goggle on your face, which makes you feel as though they did you wrong. They really didn't. This film was actually surprisingly fun. And I, for one, don't like this whole thing Hollywood is doing where they put black characters where white characters used to be. I just don't like that. Maybe, create a whole new character. But in this case, it's not as bad as everyone else raged. Did you guys feel like this film came out a long time ago? I can't even believe it only just came out. Like, with the way people have been going on about it for ages, it just came out. So if you're gonna go see this movie, go and see it. I think it's a lot of fun. Your kids are gonna love it. You will be surprisingly happy that this film actually exists. It's not that bad. And everyone in it is just, they did a good job. That was a little scene. Well, it's not a little scene per se. The prince's mother is black. And I was just like, all right, I draw the line here. Only to find out that, the storyline is that the, prince was adopted by the black queen. So that's the angle that went with that. A little far-fetched, but this is for children, and it's a story, and let it go. The film was supposed to teach kids a sense of unity, which is great in this divisive world that we are in now. So I think that worked there. If we're watching it from a kid's perspective, we're just gonna love it. And I also think if you go into this film with a childlike sense of wonder, you will actually get to enjoy it as well. Leave all your prejudices behind. You'll be fine. I guarantee it. Damn it, I just guaranteed something. Now, here are things I don't like about this movie, and bear in mind, these are petty reasons. They're just there for reason's sake. Don't take them that seriously. It's a kid's movie, I already told you that. Now, this one is petty, really petty. Awkwafina's character is a seagull, and I think because of her name is Awkwafina, her character should have been some kind of ocean life form. Aqua, fin, Fina, Awkwafina. Is this working for you as well? Petty, maybe. Now, my second thing, and I think it's probably gonna be my final little complaint, is Ariel was picked up in the ocean by some fisherman and she was naked. So he brought her on top of, on board his ship and took her back to the palace. And for some reason, this nudist was treated like royalty. Everyone took care of her. Like, basically, screw everyone else in the entire castle, because everyone just focused all their energy on this stranger they just met. She got a nice bed, she got dressed up by people, and the prince was super interested in her, and she also had access to the prince whenever she wanted. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Again, kids movie. I'm taking this way too seriously, but I was just saying, they brought a nudist. For all they know, it could have been a murderer, and they still brought her into the palace to meet the prince, and the prince met her, and she met the queen. That's just dangerous. Now, should you watch this film? Yes, And if you're gonna watch this film, bring your childlike sense of wonder. However, if you're gonna take your adult, sinister, controversial opinions to this film, I say wait till it goes onto Disney Plus, because I'm sure it will go on Disney Plus, and then you can criticize it while you're at home. But in the meantime, just go and see it. If you have kids, let your kids see it, but you know, don't overthink this. Thanks for listening all the way to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing as well. It would be really nice, and I would really appreciate if you did. That's my 2 cents, and I'll see you in the next video.